Hey guys, I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. It is now time for your math lesson. Okay, the last couple of days we've been spending a lot of time talking about angles and shapes, the different names for angles, the different names for shapes. Okay, show me with your arms what an acute angle looks like. Okay, you should have taken your hands or your arms and made a shape that looks a little bit like this. Okay, with your arms, show me what an obtuse angle looks like. Okay, you should be making something that's like this. Okay, with your arms, show me what a right angle looks like, a right angle. Okay, you should be making something that looks like this. Okay, that's where a vertical line, camera's messing up, a vertical line and a horizontal line meet. Okay, angles are just where two lines meet. Now, we're going to keep talking about angles and shapes and all of that fun stuff. But today specifically, we're going to talk about ways that we measure shapes. Okay, we know we can measure things, how much they weigh, how tall they are, how short they are, how long they are, okay, how much space is inside of them. We're going to talk about measuring how long or how wide a shape is, and that has a specific name. When you find out just how long and how wide it is, it has a specific name, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, okay? To figure out what that's called and how you do it, we're going to be reading a book called Chickens on the Move. Okay, now this is a fun book for us because we are going to be hatching some chickens in our classroom this spring, which I'm super excited about. Okay, but in this book, Tom, Ann, and Gordon can't seem to find the right place for their new chicken's home. Now I want you to think for a second, what is a new chicken's home called? Just think about it for a second, don't blurt. Okay. Whisper to a partner who is sitting beside you, what do you call a home that chickens live in? Whispering to a partner. Okay, now I'm sure there were a ton of different answers, but the answer that we are looking for is a chicken coop. Okay, a chicken coop. Tom, Ann, and Gordon's grandpa, okay, gave them the chickens out at their place, and they have to figure out where the chicken coop is going to go. Okay, so let's chicken out. Let's chicken out. Ha ha ha. What's going on in the story? Chickens on the move. Let's see. I've never read a book on a camera like this before, so bear with me. There we go. Okay. Tom, Ann, Gordon, called Mrs. Doone. Grandpa's here. He has a surprise for you. What is it, Mom? Asked Ann. Look, said her brother Tom. Chickens! Are they pets? Asked Gordon. For us? The chickens ruffled their feathers and squawked. You bet, Grandpa said, and we'll have fresh eggs whenever we want. Where will they live? Asked Gordon. I'm going to build them a house, said Grandpa. You kids can make a coop. That's like a yard with a fence around it. Okay, so the chickens are going to live in the coop. That's going to be the house part. Okay. Or sorry, is that what it says? No, this is the house. The fence around it is called the coop. Okay, so the kids are going to put together the chicken coop. There it says, build a coop as easy as 1, 2, 3. We'll see if it's really that easy. Whoop. Can you see it? There you go. Where should we put the coop? Ann said. How about next to Grandpa's vegetable garden? Said Tom. Or up on the hill. Let's put it next to the house, said Ann. That way we'll be able to see the chickens all the time, even when we're inside. Now, I want you to notice something. The fence. Nope. There we go. They're sitting on the fence, okay? How much fence are they going to have to work with to build their coop? Somebody raise your hand. Somebody raise your hand, and the sub will pick somebody to share the answer. How much fence do they have to build their coop? Okay, the answer, of course, is 24 feet. Okay, they have 24 feet to work with. Could they stay in my room? Gordon asked. Ann and Tom smiled. Not really, Tom said. Oh, Eddie is crying. Hang on, guys. Okay, I can't pause the video, so we're just going to keep going. You'll have to listen to Eddie cry in the background. Okay? Okie doke. Now, they have, the answer was 24 feet of fence. Okay? Now, at first, they are going to be building a rectangular chicken coop. Okay? A rectangular chicken coop. It's not my best rectangle. Here, let me see if I can make a better one. It's just like we're in class and you're having to watch me make my shapes better. Okay. They're going to have to build a rectangular chicken coop. Okay? Now, I want to know how long could this side be? How long could this side be? This side and this side if they have 24 feet of fence. Now, they don't have to use all 24 feet, okay? But they probably should. That way the chickens have the most room as much room as possible. So I want you to think for just a second, if you only have 24 feet of fence and you're going to make a rectangle, how long would all of these sides have to be to use all 24 feet? There's not just one way to do it. There's a couple of ways. So I want you to turn and talk to a partner about this for a little bit. Okay? I want our sub to please pause the video. Whoop. Please pause the video and have a discussion about how long could all of these sides be and still use all 24 feet. Okay? So pause please and play when you guys have had a good discussion about it. Okay, hopefully you had a good math discussion about how they could possibly make a rectangle using 24 feet of fence. 24 feet of fence. Alright, let's find out what happens. They carried the fence around to the side of the house. I'll roll it out, said Ann. I'll work on the post, said Tom. I'll talk to the chickens, said Gordon. Okay, when they were finished, they had a narrow rectangle. Ooh, what does the word narrow mean? I want you to think about that. What could narrow mean? It's a good math word. They had a long, narrow rectangle. Oop, this way. Here it is. It was 9 feet long and 3 feet wide. That's the skinniest chicken coop I've ever seen, said Grandpa. Alright, so let's take a look at this chicken coop that they built. And let's see if they used up all of their fence. Now, maybe you knew what the word narrow meant, maybe you did not. Narrow means that it's long, but it's not very wide. Okay? They said that this side was 9 feet, and if this side is 9 feet, then this side also has to be 9 feet. Okay? No. 1 second. Come on. Interrupting my lesson. Okay. And they said that this side was 3 feet. Okay? If this side is 3 feet, then this side also has to be 3 feet. Okay? So, if we are going to see it, how are we going to check to see that they used all 24 feet of fence? How are we going to figure that out? I would like somebody to raise their hand and for the sub to call on somebody. I'll give a minute for the video to pause so that we could think about it, possibly take some answers. How are we going to figure out if they used all their fence? What are we going to have to do? Okay, hopefully you had a chance to discuss. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the answer. To find out if they used all 24 feet of fence, we are going to add all of our sides together. So 9 plus 9, that's 18 feet. And then 3 feet plus 3 feet is 6 feet. So 18 feet plus 18 feet plus 6 feet is 24 feet. So they did use all of their fence, okay, to build the chicken coop. But there's going to be a problem. So let's see what the problem is. Alright, back to Pam. Is it Pam? No, Tom, Ann, and Gordon. Okay. Let me back up. There we go. Grandpa set the chickens down inside the coop and walked back and forth, they walked back and forth, clucking and pecking at the grass. I wish they could stay in my room, Gordon said. Earth to Gordon, said Tom. Chickens aren't house pets. They have to stay in a coop, Grandpa said. An outdoor coop. Besides, said Ann, look how happy they are. They like it out here. Bok, 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 said the chickens. Before he went to bed, Gordon looked out his window. Good night, chickens, he called. Tom and Ann leaned out their windows, too. Sleep tight, chickens, said Ann. Don't let the bed bugs bite, called who? Called Tom. The chickens didn't answer. They were already asleep. Okay. Oh, take a look at the pictures. Use those as your clues. What's the problem here? Bok, bok, bok was the first thing Gordon heard the next morning. He raced outside. Mom and Dad were already there. So were Grandpa, Tom, and Ann. Nobody looked happy. I thought chickens were quiet, said Ann. Now I'm glad they didn't stay in my room, said Gordon. Maybe we should move the chickens next to Grandpa's garden, Tom said. Then they wouldn't wake us up, said Ann. This time they made the chicken coop a little wider. The job took longer than anyone thought it would. The hardest part was catching the chickens. Maybe these are racing chickens, said Tom, panting. Now, they still only have 24 feet of fence. Okay? They still only have 24 feet of fence. This was their coop before. Okay? This was their coop before. 9 feet, 9 feet, 3 feet, and 3 feet. But this time, they made it a little bit wider, which means that this side is going to change. Okay? This side is going to change. Now, they're going to do, instead of 3 feet on this side, they're going to do 4 feet, which means this side is 4 feet. Okay? And they're going to do 8 feet on the top and the bottom. Is that still 24 feet of fence? I'll give you a second to think about it. Is that still 24 feet of fence? Okay. Your answer should be yes. Okay. 8 plus 8, 16 feet. Plus 4 feet plus 4 feet is 8 feet. And 16 feet plus 8 feet equals 24 feet. So they still used all of their fence, and the fence is a little bit wider now. It's not as narrow, okay? But there's probably going to be a problem. I'm really glad, let the camera catch up. I'm really glad they aren't staying in my room, thought Gordon. There would be feathers all over the place. A little later, Grandpa, here we go, decided to water his vegetables. He sprayed the tomatoes, the string beans, and the zucchini. He also sprayed the chickens. Whoops, said Grandpa. I guess chickens don't like getting wet, Gordon said. We'd better move the coop away from the garden, said Ann. Okay, now, I'm going to tell you this. And this is probably where we're going to wrap up our lesson because we're about 15 minutes in and there's been time to talk. Okay. This time, they are going to create a quadrilateral. Remember, lateral means lines, okay? Lateral means lines, and quad means 4. So it's a 4-sided shape, okay? It is a 4-sided shape that they're going to build. They're moving the chicken coop up to the hill. So, and one of the sides is going to be 6 feet. So they are going to create a quadrilateral. Okay, I'm not telling you specifically what kind of quadrilateral, but they're going to build a quadrilateral using their fence where one side is 6 feet long. Okay, I want you to turn and talk with a partner about the possibilities. If it's a quadrilateral, it can only have 4 sides. Okay, so what would the measurement of what is the possibility for the measurement of the other 4 sides? After you've had a chance to talk to a partner, I want the sub to take over, and I want you to draw on the easel all the different possibilities of quadrilaterals where at least one side is 6 feet long. Okay, and we'll pick up with this lesson again tomorrow in our next video. Okay, all right guys.